You know, some boss fights don't just test reflexes, they permanently rewire your gamer brain. And these are the ones that change RPGs forever, man.
Come on, Mr. Foxhound. The commander is waiting.
We're starting things off with a boss that didn't just break the fourth wall, he read your memory card.
Still don't believe me? Now I'll read more deeply into your soul. I see that you enjoy Nintendo games. You like Silicon Knights games, don't you? So, you like adventure games?
If you played Metal Gear Solid back in 98, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Psycho Mantis. This guy tells you what other Konami games you've been playing. He comments on how many times you've saved, and this is the part that made millions of kids unplug their controllers in a panic. He raids your mind.
That's good. Now, I will move your controller by the power of my will alone.
The solution, plug your controller into player's 2 port. That's not a gameplay mechanic. That's the developer messing with you, the person holding the controller. No boss has ever done that before, and honestly, no boss has done it better since. This fight taught game designers that the boss could be an experience, not just a combat encounter. Every meta moment in gaming, every time a game winks at the player, you can trace a line back to this floating gas mask weirdo.
My child, I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness.
Now let's talk scale. World of Warcraft had been building to this fight for years. Arthas Menethil, the paladin who fell, the prince who became the monster. By the time Wrath of the King dropped, players had been chasing this storyline since Warcraft 3. And then you finally reach him atop Icecrown Citadel, this massive 33-foot tall armored nightmare. And it's not just hard, it's a mechanics check, a coordination check, a do you have 20 friends who actually know what they're doing check. What makes a Lich King legendary isn't just the difficulty, it's the moment at the end of the fight when he wipes your entire raid and you think it's over. And then Tyrion Fordring breaks free and shatters Frostmourne. The ghosts of everyone Arthas killed swarm him, and the man who terrorized an entire continent just falls. That's the storytelling through gameplay. Millions of players work together for months to earn that moment. That's what the boss fight can be when a studio commits to a long game. You can't have a bosses that change RPG's list without Dark Souls. And if you're picking one fight that defined the entire Souls-like genre, it's Ornstein and Smough. Here's the setup. You walk into a fog gate. Two dudes, one's huge and slow, one's fast and relentless. Your job is to fight them both at the same time. And oh yeah, when you kill one, the other absorbs his power and gets even stronger. This fight taught millions of players something no tutorial ever could. Patience, spacing, don't get greedy with your attacks. It's the ultimate get good checkpoint. And it's also a masterclass in dual boss design. There's a reason every action RPG since has tried to replicate this feeling. The tension of managing two threats, the relief when one goes down, and then the immediate oh no when the second one powers up. Just chef's kiss. Look, we have to talk about Sephiroth. I know, you've heard this one many times before, but hear me out on this, because this fight is on this list for one very specific reason. Sephiroth kills Aerith. mid-game, no warning, no revival. The party cleric, gone. In 997, that was unthinkable. RPG party members didn't just die permanently like that. And then you spend the entire second half of the game fueled by pure revenge. When you finally face him at the end, one wing engine kicks in, the choir swells, and you're staring down the silver-haired demigod with a soul longer than a school bus. You're not just fighting a villain in here, you're settling a score. And then there's Supernova, an attack so unnecessarily extra that it destroyed the entire solar system, just to do percentage-based damage. Sephiroth literally annihilates planets to cheap your HP. The audacity on this one. This fight proved that emotional stakes beat mechanical complexity every time. You remember what level you were. You remember how it felt. Alright, Curveball, Undertale, Genocide Route, Sans. If you only played Undertale the nice way, and honestly good for you by the way, you missed what might be the most creative boss fight ever designed. Sans knows you've been killing everyone, he knows you've been saving and reloading to do it, and he's the only one who can stop you. The fight breaks every rule. Sans attacks first. During your turn, he ignores invisibility frames. His attacks bleed into the menu screen. He literally dodges your attacks, and after 24 turns of absolute chaos, he offers you mercy. If you take it, he kills you anyway. What makes this fight genius is that it's a punishment, not for your skill level, but for your choices. Toby Fox turned the boss fight into a moral confrontation. That's the storytelling at the level most AAA studios still can't touch. So what do these 5 fights have in common? None of them are just about depleting a health bar. Psycho Mantis broke the rules of the medium. The Lich King turned a decade of a story into a shared experience. Ornstein and Smough defined an entire genre. Sephiroth made it personal. And Sans made the boss fight about you, the player, in a way that nobody had tried before. The best boss fights don't just end the level, they stick with you years later. That's the bar. If you've got a boss fight that lives rent-free in your head that I didn't mention, drop it in the comments. I want to hear about it. And if you enjoyed this, you know what to do. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.